Welcome back to Let's Play Kirby's Dream Course. In the previous episode, we cleared the absurdest looking course number 4, or did we just hallucinate that we did? I mean, we did spin around in circles and stick to walls, so who knows, right? Anyway, in this episode, we're going to be taking on course number 5. And just a heads up, there are no new copy abilities to be found in this course, so it's more of a review of sorts of what we've seen so far, a test. And the thing with tests is, that's the point where they stop pulling punches. And since there is nothing really new to show off, we get to see a little slapstick in the preview instead. Poor guy. Backdrop is recycled from Course 2, but the music is new, and wow, is it good music. So, to start off, we got a booster, arrows. We're going to be running around the perimeter here to nab this parasol waddle dude. Drop down here with all these symmetrical pools of water, where that Togezo is, and then we got to climb back up to reach that Kaboo. Going to be some precise timing here, and then there's the spikes and wispy, just, you know, to make things aesthetically interesting. We're not going to have to worry about them. So all we got to do is hit with enough power to hit the booster, and we're off. Wait for it, wait for it. As soon as we hit the Togezo, we want to mash the B button to ensure we hit needle and stick to the ground immediately. Now, shot 2, something to remember. We're actually slightly off center here, if you noticed. We didn't activate needle until Kirby hit the ground, remember. So, using a straight ground attack can be kind of iffy. Instead, what we want to do is use an aerial shot with maximum power, which will carry us right up to the cup. So if we time this right, come on, and we're in. A nice easy 2 to start off the course. So what else you got for us? Dancing Gordos, apparently. Quick view of the scorecard shows that, oh, this is interesting. That's a Bounder enemy. You see, Bounders stopped showing up after a certain point in the Kirby series. Their last appearance, I believe, Kirby's Adventure, in fact? Or was that their only appearance, or the last appearance in a main Kirby game? Either way, they've actually been replaced by a couple different enemies recently. I guess maybe it has to do with the fact that they're kind of plain looking and they wanted to go with something that was more aesthetically interesting. Either way, we got a mix of 2s, 3s, and 4s here for a borderline score of 22. We got to beat that. So we got a Chili chilling down there by his... I didn't even try to make that pun. So we got to find a way to hit that Chili who's just sitting right on the other... right up against the wall there. And there's, well, something to freeze and a Kaboo back here. So how do we reach the Chili? Well, we use Topspin. So we set this up. We definitely want to have max power here. Uh-oh, that's bad. That's not going to be enough. Well, this stinks. Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we can work with that. Hopefully that doesn't overshoot. Come on, hit the Chili, hit the Chili. Okay, good. Phew. And we hit freeze, and that'll carry us right into the cup. Almost thought we were going to overshoot a little there. The thought did cross my mind. Phew. Yeah, that's usually easy hole-in-one material if you can actually get the shot at max power. If. This hole's going to be a little more complicated. See, we got the P-Umpkin there, a Kaboo, and then these last 2 enemies are sitting in these divots, holes. You get the idea. So what we want to do is get over there in as few shots as possible. And ideally, we want to do that by coasting over these smaller hills. But the thing is, using Topspin here will just carry you right over the P-Umpkin, land you smack dab on the backside of this second mound, and you won't get anywhere fast. Here's where it kind of hurts that you could only see where an aerial shot will go at max power, because you actually want a little less than that. What you want to do is hit this side of this slope in the center here and use that to spring yourself forward. So what we want to do here is use this max topspin at about 3/4 power. And off we go. Hit the Pumpkin, hit the Kaboo, and we're down here to hit that squishy. And now we have a very clear second shot. Or not so much. Looks like we're gonna have to limit our spin a little here. So how are we gonna do this? We want to set this up so that we bounce right into the cup. That should work, hopefully. Set this up. Max backs. Uh-oh. Well, here goes nothing. Gonna go a little further than intended here. Let's bounce around a little. Come on, back up, back up, back up. Get in, get in, get in. Not so lucky. Probably should have used freeze. Well, that's 2 mistakes so far. At least you're getting some entertainment out of it, though, right? Your gain is my loss. And here we are on to hole 4. We got 4 enemies in very close quarters here. This Kaboo precariously perched on the ledge here. Chili on the slope, right next to exactly what we'd want his ability for. And there's that Kaboo down there by his lonesome. And then these 2 guys off to the side here. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to use our backspin. We're going to want to use less than full power here for obvious reasons. So let's set this up. There we are. Hit the Kaboo, back up. Use freeze to slide down here. Hit that Kaboo and back up. And now we have to set up a second shot. We can't really get a hole-in-one on this. You can't. Not on this hole. So what we want to do is set the shot up so that we line ourselves up in a way so that when that broom hatter becomes the cup, we'll slide right in. You cannot use spin on this shot to make things any easier because you'll fall right in the water if you use an aerial shot onto it unless you've already landed beforehand and put some spin on yourself. So we have to use freeze here. Keep in mind we want to line up so that we will hit the cup, so that we will hit the center of the cup. So this guide as is will just take us too far to the right. So we got to adjust. Remember, we're right here. That is roughly a it's either 1 or I want to see. Yeah, that's 2 squares over. So we want to keep that in mind. We want 1 or 2 here. That's the question. I think we want to go with this. So let's set this up. Max power, of course. Proc freeze right now. And we slide down. And if everything goes right... Of course it didn't go right. What am I saying? Should have used the one further over to the right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have just scored our first 4. It was bound to happen eventually. Thought it would happen a little later on this course, not gonna lie. You'll see what I mean in a bit. Just great. So, just like with Course 1, Course 5 switches its music halfway through to something new. And it's also kind of neat. Very different in feel, but vaguely similar to the first one. So, it seems these twisters acted kind of like drills because they've drilled small holes in the courseway here. Starman out here, which inevitably is telling us to leap up, hit that pumpkin, and try to reach the cup that the Waddle Dee will become. So real fast, let's check the scorecard. Wow, we're actually doing better than the Bounder. Hopefully that continues. So remember, your tornado controls are of utmost importance here. Remember, left moves you counterclockwise, right moves you clockwise, no matter what direction you're currently going in. You want to remember that. And in order to make it easier to hit this twister, we want to curve this shot here. Down, 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 down. Because we want to enter this little lower area from an angle so that it'll be easier for us to get into this to the following one as soon as we activate Tornado. So we want to use max power. Immediately use Tornado. Spin so that we hit this twister. Use it again. Completely missed the mark. This is just going great, isn't it? Okay, how are we gonna do this? Let's see if we can set this up so that we'll actually hit the P-umpkin and then bounce off the bouncer there and somehow land in the cup. It's gonna be a tall order, but just maybe we can do it. Here goes nothing. This isn't starting off very well. There we go. And high jump. Not in that direction. At least we hit the border. Well, this is a train wreck in the making, ain't it? Okay, so the good news is, since we're right here, we can actually use some side spin to make this work better. So, this, back this up. And if we take just a little under full power and time this right, we might be able to bounce right into the... Missed the P-umpkin. And therein goes our second 4. Okay, I'm not gonna risk this. Let's go 3. No, that's too risky too. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Let's double check this. Okay. Remember, short guide is roughly 1/4 power. No, 1/3 power. So we want a little over 1/4, and that should be good. At least that went right. Well, we just caught up to Bounder. Bounder just caught up to us, rather. Hope you're good with accurate shots, because there are no borders to be found on this hole. Squishy, a booster sending you across the abyss here. For situations like this, you want to remember the course layouts are always level, even if there's a gap between them. So you notice this one down here is 3 units high, and this one starts out 2 units high, so it's slightly below this one, just so you know. So you want to carry this booster over here, where there's a Kaboo, a gas bar, and 2 more enemies. And there's a blue warp, and oh wow, I stand corrected. There are borders, if you want to get back to that first part. But if you notice, it's lined up so that you can't just turn around and tackle the course in the opposite direction. They won't let you. So, if we play our cards right, we can actually get a 2 here. But you want to keep in mind, you know, you're probably thinking, hey, we could just hit this squishy high jump, land on the booster, and go from there, right? Not quite. You see, the thing with these red boosters is, they make you go significantly less faster if you just land on them from the air at a higher altitude than if you hit them from a lower altitude or on the ground. So you see, what we want to do is approach this as low to the ground as we can. So we want to have roughly 2 notches of top spin in order to do that. So we want to time this just right. That's not right. Here goes nothing. Uh-oh. Well, good thing we have high jump. So, change of plans. But if we play our cards right, we can still get a 2. That's the good news. See, what we want to do is hit this first gas bar, time high jump just right to tag that second gas bar, and slowly fall into the cup that the Kaboo will become. So if you remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we want to be about where that yellow, green, beige-ish spot on the checkerboard is on the slope heading upward between the gas bar and the Krakow. But we also want to take into account that we want to be higher in order to hit that gas bar, so we might want to aim a little later than that. It's going to be kind of dicey, not going to lie. There we go. There we go. Come on. Just missed it. Ain't that typical. Story of this course. So we're going to have to settle for a 3. Unless... No. Got my hopes up there. Okay, how do we want to do this? You know, his Krakow actually hasn't fired. He tends not to shoot lightning on this hole for whatever reason. So... let's take this nice and safe. Half power. There we go. I was expecting that to hit the lip of the cup, not gonna lie. Well, this doesn't bode well. You see, this hole sucks. It sucks. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had to look up a guide. I had to look up guides, read how to approach this hole in a way that would lead me to getting better than a 4. That's how bad this hole is. It's because you have to make so many blind shots and just try and guess how Kirby will go off these bouncers. And it's just a pain. And you see, you want to start by using an aerial shot. And you have no clue how it's going to land because you got to use less than full power, and you can't tell how a less than full power shot's going to land with this guide. It's like all the shortcomings of this game just all come together on this one hole. So, what we want to do is use 2 notches of backspin, and I found this out through a combination of reading up and practice. And so we want to hit this backspin. About 5/8 power. Not enough. Of course it wasn't enough. Why would it be enough? Why would anything be going right on this playthrough? Let's see. Maybe if we're lucky, we can use some side spin here. Okay, that will... Will that hit that second? It might. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. So, just a hair under full power. Bounce. 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 I can't believe that worked. Come on, get a little lower. Keep going, keep going, keep going, Kirby, keep going. Okay. So how do we want to do this? Okay, maybe some backspin, if that's at all possible. I don't know, guys. 3, 4, 5, 6, and the worst part is, okay, so maybe, would that even make it? It'd probably hit the slope. It's worth a shot, but or we'll overshoot, either way. See what I said about it being next to impossible to get less than a 4 on this hole? This is what I mean. The good news is, this shot shouldn't be all too hard. So all we gotta do is position ourselves to be right over the hole and stone in. At least there's only one more left, right? Right? Well, that puts us at 22. So we're gonna want to do our utmost best on this final hole. It's a confusing one, but it is very much possible to get a hole-in-one here, if we're smart. You see, that Kaboo hit sitting off there by his lonesome is what makes this so tough. You see, we have the Sparky here, a red arrow, a bunch of Wispies to take out, and a Starman up top. But the thing is, if we head back down, we'll just hit the arrow again and just get sent back up from whence we came. So what we have to do is use high jump at just the right moment to go over, at just the right moment to go over that red arrow, hit the side of one of these slopes to carry ourselves with enough speed to get back here, carry ourselves over this slope, hit the air vent, and land in the cup. So we want to use some math here because we want to, if at all possible, hit this slope right in front of the booster. And if you remember, high jump carries you exactly 6 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would make up the distance, right? Well, remember, we're jumping down. So you'd think you'd have to aim approximately a couple units back to compensate, right? But remember, you're not jumping at a 45-degree angle either. So it's kind of weird. So what we actually want to do is, if you consider these levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the Starman, we want to jump around the base of the 3rd level there, right on the edge of that white tile behind where the Wispy in the middle of the shot here is sitting. This is not going to be easy. I'll level with you. Here goes nothing. Activate Spark. Up we go. 4, 5, 6. Kaboo becomes the cup. Wait for it. 5, 4, 3. Off we go. Come on. Did we get it? We totally just missed it. I don't know what I was expecting. So from experience, we know we want 4 notches of backspin. We're going to want to use a bit of a less than full power shot here. And just bounce back into the cup. Don't tell me I used too much power. I used too much power. Just end this course already, Kirby. Well, let's face the music. 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 3. And for the first time so far, we did not beat the previous score and had to settle for a bronze medal. You win this round, Bounder. Well, I guess I should explain. For now, I'm not going to go back to get these to redo these medals on camera if we get less than a silver. I will eventually, because we do need at least a silver to unlock everything. But I'll save most of that for off screen. So for now, we're just going to put this behind us. We're just going to try and learn from it and attempt to be more accurate with our shots next time. And we're going to hope that course 6 ends up being a welcome respite. We'll find out if it is next time. This time I think I'm really going to need to take a few practice swings. So, see you guys then.